Check in now with head coach Sean Miller here courtside. Got to see the debut of your new team. I guess the easy question is, what did you think?
Well, like any exhibition game, Brian, I think there's a real perspective because we have such a long way to go, and no matter how talented or good a team is, you're never quite what you want to be when you're on the bench together for the first time. And I really felt that way tonight. There were certain times in the game where I thought we looked really good. There were certain times when we probably looked really bad. And that's to be expected. The more important point is how much better we can get through next week and then have the opportunity 2 Fridays from now when we play Cal Poly, when it counts, to be a much better team then than we were tonight. And I think if you would have watched us 2 weeks ago play in an exhibition game, we would have looked a lot better tonight than we would have 2 weeks ago. A couple of things about our team: we're certainly better in transition. We have a number of guys that thrive. I thought T.J. McConnell really stood out tonight as somebody who makes his teammates better. He made some really nice passes, 8 assists, no turnovers. Defensively, he put pressure on the other team without fouling, ended up with 3 steals. So when you watched us, what makes us good in transition is we have a number of guys that can play. But in particular, I think Nick and TJ really complement each other well. And when the game gets fast, they make good decisions and good plays.
You know, there's several numbers that Matt and I were talking about before you came out here that certainly stood out. The 21 assists by your team. You mentioned your 2 guards, and it just looks like you have a lot of guys that are good passers. Or can this be a good passing team?
Yes, and we're a much better passing team than last year, and one of the reasons is our backcourt. You know, they're able, they're capable, and they're willing. They want to pass the ball. You know, Brandon, I think, had a dunk coming down the middle. I think Aaron may have had one in transition, and so did Caleb. Well, all 3 of those made field goals came off of a great pass by one of our guards, and we'll continue to get better. One thing that I thought Augustana did a really good job challenging us is they have 5 players on the court who can shoot at all times, all 5 for the entire game. And that's difficult at times to defend. I think we learned a lot about our team. There's some things that we have to adjust and be more prepared for. And you saw Aaron only played 20 minutes or 22 minutes. He has a groin strain. We didn't want to take any chances in the second half, so we sat him for an extended period of time. And with that, I think Rondé, giving him the ability at times maybe to move and play some 4. We haven't done a lot of that, but you can really see in a game like this the value of that because of his quickness. He gives us another player who can defend on the perimeter, and he thrives in transition as well. So we learned a lot tonight. I think we'll learn even more when we watch the film. We now have 2 weeks to take advantage of, and no question, the next time that we all get together here in McHale, we'll either be 1-0 or 0-1, and our quest is simply to become better every day moving towards that game.
I asked you before the ball game about your team's defense. You mixed it up tonight in terms of pressuring the ball, pressuring full court at times. Is this a team that we talked about the versatility on offense? Are we going to see that defensively as well?
I think so. Again, we looked good on defense at times. I think in the first half, for example, in a 7-minute window, they scored 22 of their 32 points in a 7-minute window. And what was happening during that time is, you know, their 5-man did a great job. He was an all-conference performer. He had his way early in the game. And again, when you have that much firepower shooting the ball from 3, a couple threes can go in and the game can change. And we weren't always where we should have been, and as responsible as we're going to be. But we'll learn a lot. There's nothing like learning from playing another team. I think we've maxed out in many ways playing against ourselves. We needed someone else to play against, and now we learn from that.
Okay, Coach, nice start. We'll see you again November 8th.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, head coach Sean Miller here courtside at McHale Center. Wildcats with a win over Augustana tonight by a final score of 84-52. Coach brought